Hey everyone, it's me Zako. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're having a great day as usual. But today, I think most people are probably not having a good day as usual, which is sad to say. I do like spreading positivity on my channel. I ain't really the person to kind of spread like sadness or negativity. I'm just not really about that. However, today it just felt like it wasn't right to release a Dragon Ball Legends video being really joyful and hype. I do have a video planned that was supposed to come out today. However, it just didn't feel right to just to release like a, oh look guys, I'm happy, yay. Everyone's like going through it today. Before we actually like go into the video like any longer, I just want to give my condolences to Akira Toriyama's like family and friends. It must be like, you know, really hard right now. I have recently also suffered a loss as well, so it's just painful, man. Just really painful. But I'm not gonna get emotional. I told myself I was gonna get emotional in this video. It has been a while since the announcement of the passing. I was pretty sad yesterday, I ain't gonna lie. I woke up like midway through the night and I saw my phone was like going off, like buzzing off and everything. And then the announcement came out, obviously. Man, I actually didn't think it was real. Like, I genuinely was like, there's no way this had actually happened. So yeah, that was really just terrible just to like see. Because I don't know, man, things were going like up in terms of life. Not going up, but like things were getting easy, you know, especially just with the passing last week. And then now I have to go through another passing. Obviously I don't know Akira Toriyama, like, but I always looked up to him. He was like a hero. It's weird because like he's a hero, but as an author, like many people have a hero, like an icon, where they'll be like a footballer or like it'll be their parents or whatever. Like obviously my mom and dad, they're obviously like heroes to me. However, like Akira Toriyama, literally the guy who made Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is literally my whole childhood, and I'm literally grown up now and I'm still loving Dragon Ball. Oh man, I'm not gonna be emotional in this video, so I'm not gonna like cry or anything. I literally said I won't cry, so I'm not gonna cry. So in this video I just want to talk about how like Akira Toriyama has actually changed my life in terms of like just growing up. And just, you know, just a wholesome video. I just think it's nice to just have a little saying, just speak positively about his life and what he's actually done for people. I think it's always interesting to see how this has, you know, affected someone, or like how this has had an impact on someone. And it's just nice to all come together and just speak how, you know, Dragon Ball affected you and your childhood and growing up. Or if you're a recent Dragon Ball fan, how it's, you know, how it's made you feel now. Because a lot of people like every single day on a new Dragon Ball fan, which is beautiful to see. But it's also, you know, amazing to see how it's impacted you growing up and then being the person you are now. Because a lot of people in this community, I'd say like we all have a similar growing up phase, like all trying to turn Super Saiyan growing up. I'm pretty sure everyone's tried to do that, man. Or like trying to shoot a Kamehameha. A lot of people also probably have tried that. Or you have, it's the Buu saga when Gohan is trying to teach Videl and Goten to fly. And then everyone would, after watching that, would actually try and listen to what Gohan said and try to fly. It's just amazing, man. God, I'm gonna get emotional. Alright, so Dragon Ball growing up for me. Where do I even begin? Okay, let's start from actually how I got into Dragon Ball. I think that'd be nice. So growing up, my parents would work, and then my dad, one day, I think he like downloaded Dragon Ball like on a laptop, on a hard drive, gave me the hard drive, and then obviously I started watching Dragon Ball. It was the OG Dragon Ball. That was the first thing I watched. I know it's very like, oh, no way you start Dragon Ball first. Because a lot of people, everyone, you know what? Everyone's actually started at a random point in Dragon Ball. Some people I know have started on the Cell Saga first. Like Gohan versus Cell with the, you know, father-son Kamehameha. Oh my god, apparently I say Kamehameha wrong. Kamehameha. There we go. Sorry, I'm just not thinking straight. But like I just think it's also amazing how everyone can start Dragon Ball at a different point and still love Dragon Ball as much as each other. Some more, some less, which is fine. You still love Dragon Ball. So I started on Dragon Ball, the OG. But I watched it in my language. It was in Cantonese. My parents are from Hong Kong, so I obviously know how to speak Cantonese because, you know, they can speak Cantonese. So I can speak Cantonese and English. So I watched it in Cantonese first, then I watched it in English, then finally I went back to it and watched it all in, you know, subbed. So it was beautiful. The first thing I remember in Dragon Ball is probably OG Goku meeting Bulma with the, you know, the pole, with the car, with Bulma's car. I don't know, something about that is just iconic, and it just brings me back to like my childhood. It's actually really wholesome, and I'm always thankful for my parents for showing me Dragon Ball, because if I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball, I would not be here right now, like in this position, like speaking like this, acting like the way I am. I think I'd be completely different. So I'm thankful for that. So that's my first memory of Dragon Ball, which is really nice. I haven't really talked or like thought much about this. It all came to me last night when it happened, when I read the announcement. Like everything started flooding to me. I'm guessing most of you guys can agree as well as soon as you saw the news. Probably loads of stuff probably like, you know, hit you all at once, and probably you just like flooded all your memories with just Dragon Ball. Another memory that I really hold close to me is the first game I played with like my mom. I used to, you know, I love playing games like growing up, and I remember like I was probably like, God, I don't even know, like it's either from 6 to 10. I remember playing on the PS2, and it was Budokai 1. I don't know if it, you know, if you guys have played that game, but the graphics were like, they're okay compared to like now. It's awful, but like back then it was cool. And I remember I was just stuck on the Frieza saga, when Namek is like pretty much volcanic, and it's Super Saiyan Goku versus Frieza, but it was in Japanese as well. So like this was like the first time when I would actually listen to Dragon Ball in sub, because growing up, obviously I listened to everything in Cantonese or in English. It was also at Cartoon Network. I don't know if you guys know what Cartoon Network is. I remember finishing school, and then it would just be on Cartoon Network, Dragon Ball, cold, and it would always be the Frieza saga, because the Frieza saga was so long. But yeah, Budokai 1 was the first game I ever played with my mom, and it's Dragon Ball again, which is crazy. I remember I was stuck on the Namek saga level for ages, bro. I was so tilt. I was so angry. My 6-7 years old self was probably raging. I went all red, probably like I don't like rage, I don't throw stuff, but like I probably would be like banging the table with my hands, like, you know, when you get that red feeling in your hands. Probably was just sore. And mom knew I was stuck on the level, and then she you know, she was like, oh, I'll have a try. She had no idea what she was doing, by the way, literally zero idea. And then somehow she mashed all the buttons, and then somehow cleared the level, and then I carried on playing. But yeah, that was like a very memorable moment for me, growing up again. And then time skip, move forward. I remember my dad went to Hong Kong. He came back, and he always brought like gifts back from going to Hong Kong to see his family, because my grandparents were, you know, used to be in Hong Kong. They used to live there. So my dad would also sometimes visit them, and then he'll come back, and then he'll bring me like Dragon Ball stuff. I'll have like figures and stuff. I mean, these aren't from Hong Kong and stuff, but like these are recent. But like I've got like a Broly, like I like collecting like small figures, you know. But growing up, I can't show it right now because it's not here in my room. But my dad would bring me like back like those figures where like you glue together, like you'll make it. It's really cool, man. You guys probably know what I'm on about, but they weren't that big. They're like this big, like the Broly one that I just showed. It's like that size. So that was nice. That was wholesome. And then one time he came back and he brought me the GT DVD set, bro. And I've never seen GT before, but I have no idea where GT was or what it was. Super Saiyan 4 for the first time when I saw it, man. Oh my god, I was 11 or 10 or 9, so it was again fresh for me. Like, I had no idea what was going on, because back then we didn't have the internet and stuff. For now, like compared to now, to like for kids now, they all have the internet, iPad. We didn't have any of that. We didn't know. I didn't know GT existed. So watching GT growing up was cool, man. And then those TVs were also those chunky ones, man. The huge ones, you know, the one with like a massive back. Yeah, man. Oh, and then I remember like my sister would also just watch with me as well. But yeah, man, watching Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the big TV, the big ass TV, fighting Omega Shenron, and then you'll have this, bro, the opening to GT. Oh my god, I listened to it today, and on God, bro, I shed a tear, man. Like, it's so beautiful. GT gets a lot of hate, but like, it's so beautiful. Like, to me, it means a lot, because GT was like, it was just a big part of my childhood. And obviously I didn't have online back then, so I would rewatch my DVDs. He would also bring back movies. I would rewatch the movies. So the movies, again, were very iconic to me. Like, there was the Turles Tree of Might film. Oh my god, I had that on DVD. Cooler movie, Lord Slug movie. Man, beautiful, man. It's actually beautiful. And then I never grew out of Dragon Ball. Like, I never thought like, oh, this is lame. Like, this is like for kids. I'm gonna grow apart. It always stuck with me. And I remember like this is like a hidden memory. But like, I remember like one day, it was my first day in secondary school. I think I was like running to class, and then I got tripped by like these year 10s. They're like 4 years above us. And then I remember I was late to class, so I was like running to class. And then for some reason they thought, like, you know, it was funny to trip me up. They tripped me up, and the floor was concrete, and I remember like hurting my hands, and I was crying. I was actually crying. Like, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone this. I didn't even tell my parents, because they would be so pissed if I told them. So I remember like I had a terrible day at school, pretty much got bullied. Then I went home, and then I'll just watch Dragon Ball. I'll play Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And then I'll just watch Dragon Ball movie, and I'll just forget about me getting bullied. And then obviously growing up, like in here, like in the area that I grew up, there weren't that many like Asian kids either. Like, all my, like, growing up, like all my schools were just full of like you know, white people, like white kids, which is fine. But like, there wasn't anyone, like, I was the only Asian person like in my year. So like growing up, you get like obviously a lot of like racist like bullying and jokes, and it was rough. It was rough. But then like obviously as you got older, like it was normal for like to have someone different colored, and then people stopped taking the piss, because it's not nice. But then like I remember like growing up, like especially in the lower years, like year 1 to year 6, people would do like, you know, the eye stuff. And then I wouldn't get it, because I didn't know what like racism was. So like, I thought like, oh, it was all jokes. But then deep down, like it was hurting, because they didn't do it to like themselves. But again, I would have a really bad day from school, and I come back, and my comfort was Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was always there for me, and I'll be forever grateful for Akira Toriyama making Dragon Ball. Because, bro, what would my comfort be if it wasn't for Dragon Ball? So, oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna get sad. It's just sad, man. I never like. Probably like the chance of me meeting him before was very slim, but now like it's gone. Like, I'll have the chance to like thank him in person. But I just want to make this video and just say thank you, Akira Toriyama, for everything you've done. It's not even just Dragon Ball. I know he's done a lot of stuff, but Dragon Ball was the main thing for me. I think that's also very important to just distinguish. Like, he did make a lot of other stuff apart from Dragon Ball. Obviously Dragon Ball was his most successful, but I'm very grateful for him making Dragon Ball. Such a big part of my life, man. Like, you actually would not expect how big of a part of my life it was, just growing up watching Dragon Ball. Man, without Dragon Ball, what would be my comfort then? And that's just weird to think. I was thinking that all night yesterday in bed. I was thinking, man, without Dragon Ball, like, what would I fall back on if I had a bad day at school? But yeah, man. I don't want to drag this video any longer. It was just me talking about how Dragon Ball has affected my life. I want you guys to tell me how Dragon Ball has affected your life. Because let's just make the comments, make this video fully positive, and just, like, you know, give it like a send off to Akira Toriyama, giving our you know, how, you know, I can't even speak right now, I'm so sad. Just, you know, tell him how much we appreciate him and what he's done for us and how much it's impacted us. Even if you're new or you're an OG fan, it doesn't matter. If it's impacted you anyway, or your friends or your family, let me know in the comments below. Also, people will probably discuss with you in the comments below, seeing how much they like Dragon Ball has affected your life, and let's just make it a positive, you know, little discussion space. I think that'll be beautiful, genuinely, and I'm very grateful for you guys always supporting me. Like my comments are always positive, but for this video, let's all make it so it's all about, you know, us. Let's make it how Akira Toriyama has affected us and how it's helped us grow up and to be where we're at now, because I just think that'll be really beautiful. But yeah, guys, that is it for the video. Sorry, I had to cut that bit. I got a little bit too emotional. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Go, you know, do something Dragon Ball related. Go celebrate the life of Akira Toriyama. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Akira Toriyama, thank you for everything. May you truly rest in peace. And again, thank you so much for what you've done for the world, for me, and everyone that's watching this video. Thank you so much.